Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how the narcissist undermines people. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So one of the things that the narcissist is a master at doing is undermining other people. And that includes anybody, their kids, their romantic interests, their parents, neighbors, colleagues, anybody. Because the narcissist at their core, they are hollow, they're shallow, they're envious, and they're jealous of other people. The narcissist believes that all of the talents or resources that other people have, or even achievements, they should be theirs for the narcissist. The narcissist should have what those other people have. That is why the narcissist goes throughout life like a bull in a china shop, if you will. And what they do is they just want to destroy everything. They want to take and take and take. And when they're done, they do want to take more. But the narcissist is always undermining people. Let's think about this for a minute. Maybe one of your parents was the narcissist and you were going to go away to college, to university. Well, maybe they told you, I don't think it's such a good idea because you probably won't get the grades and maybe it'll be a waste of money. And even if you did get the degree, what are you going to do with it? That would be undermining your ability to advance your education. They don't want you to succeed. That is what the narcissist wants. They don't want you ever to do better than them. The narcissist is in competition with everybody all the time, 24/7. And that goes with their looks, with their intelligence, with their clothes, with their social circle, their status, with what they do and don't do, their hobbies, cars, anything. This is what the narcissist wants to do. They want to make people feel less than. They want to invalidate people. They want to have other people put them in high up on a pedestal to the detriment of that person. And that is what you did when you were in the relationship, I'm certain. You were working for the narcissist. You were doing everything you can to keep that relationship glued together. You were putting out all the fires that the narcissist would start. And every once in a while, you get a couple days of a regular or somewhat stable relationship. And that was meant to throw you off kilter. It was meant to throw you off balance, because then you would be thinking, wow, it's not that bad in the relationship. They've actually changed and I think they're improving. And wow, we had a couple good days. Not so fast. As soon as you put your guard down and you enjoy a couple days with the narcissist, there is a heavy price to pay. And that price will be more devaluation, which includes gaslighting, the silent treatment, stonewalling, triangulation, my least favorite thing these people do, during the smear campaign, and dealing with all of them undermining you. All the narcissists undermining your progress, your growth. Let's say that you married into a family and you married the narcissist, and now you figured out that there were multiple narcissists in that family. Question A would be, did those people know that the person you married was a narcissist? I can't say yes or no. I can say that those people did know that they had issues or they had drama involving the person you married, because that's what the narcissist does. They can't have stability, or they can't have a stable, healthy relationship with anybody, which includes their siblings and parents. So did the person you married, did their family know the word narcissist? Maybe. I don't really think so, but maybe they did. But I will say that they knew that there were challenges along any relationship that that person would encounter. So let's focus on that for a moment. Not many times, there will be times, and I've heard this during one-on-one sessions with people, that somebody would be dating somebody who turned out to be the narcissist, and the narcissist's immediate family members may try to warn the person who I was working with. Say, hey, you may want to be careful with this one. I know that you're in love, or I know that you guys are building a relationship, but she goes through relationships pretty quickly, or he goes through relationships a lot. And I've seen a lot of their partners come and go quickly, and you seem like a good person. I don't want this to happen to you, so be careful. And what the person would do is they would just shrug that off and say like, well, I appreciate you being honest and telling me what you think of your son or daughter, but I'll take my chances. And every time what happens, it comes back to get the person. Because in that case, let's say it was the mom or dad who knew that their child was a toxic person, maybe even a narcissist. They were trying to warn somebody, and that person wouldn't listen because they didn't understand. They didn't know what narcissism was, so it's not their fault. But I do hear this occasionally during sessions. And what that means is, even if you were told that the narcissist is a narcissist without acquiring the wisdom, you may have gone into or kept that relationship, may have kept on moving forward. Now, flip it. If the narcissist gave you a 2-page report and mapped out exactly who they were and what they were going to do to you in that relationship, would you have entered it? No, you wouldn't have. There's no way. Nobody of sound mind would have entered a relationship filled with toxicity and filled with somebody undermining them. And that's what the narcissist was doing. Each and every day you were with the narcissist, and each and every week, and as those weeks grew into months and the months grew into years, you were being undermined more and more and more. And you found out that your network of friends, maybe even your immediate family members and your colleagues, your neighbors, your coworkers, people in communities and or organizations you were a part of, all these people began to distance themselves from you. Now, it didn't happen overnight, but when the smear campaign is ramped up, more and more people will believe the false narrative of the narcissist. And again, when you were experiencing the smear campaign, you were being undermined, but you didn't know what was going on, number one. Number two, you couldn't defend yourself. And number three, you didn't even know what a smear campaign was. Now you do, and you understand that giving life to a smear campaign is not the path. The path is to let the narcissist burn themselves out, because eventually each and every one of us reveal ourselves in time. And eventually the narcissist's life themselves gets undermined. By whom? By either another narcissist or by themselves. Because people do figure out, after time passes and the dust has settled, people do look back at the one common denominator in the narcissistic relationship, and it's the narcissist. It wasn't you. Absolutely, it wasn't you. I can almost assure you, if you entered a narcissistic relationship, first of all, you're in the community and you're healing. You're reaching towards that pinnacle of indifference. But that probably was the only relationship you've ever been a part of that you had to heal from it. Because an average, everyday, healthy relationship, or somewhat healthy relationship, I should say, you don't need to heal from it. Maybe you shed tears and maybe you process things and it's not easy to say goodbye, etc. But just there, notice what I said, to say goodbye. That's called closure. That's something the narcissist doesn't want to give you. They can't give you. They want to keep you stuck. They want to keep you thinking about them, etc. But that is another reason why the narcissist was undermining you. Let's say they did discard you. Did they sit down and have that cup of coffee and talk like an adult to you? Of course not. Why would they do that? They wanted to keep you trapped. They wanted to keep you in the devaluation stage. They never wanted you to figure out who they were. They never wanted you to see behind the mask. They never wanted you to deduce that they were or are a narcissist. The narcissist was undermining you virtually from the minute you met them, and I'll prove that right now. When you met the narcissist, most likely they were acting like they were one person and they were somebody completely different. Example, they may have been wearing a mask to try and manipulate you, to try and get close to you, to try and figure out what made you tick. And that's what they did. See, right there, they were undermining you. They weren't being authentic and honest and genuine. They weren't telling you, hey, this is me, and I've got a lot of these challenges, and I can't seem to keep a stable relationship, and all my exes, I can get them back in a second, and all these people, they have all the problems. I don't have any problems, but, you know, let's enter a relationship. Let's you and I see what we can do. And maybe you can pay your way through my life for a couple of years like all these other people did. Then I'll throw you away, crumble you up like a sheet of paper on the freeway, and I'll go on to the new supply. See, this is the life of the narcissist. There is no stability. There is no common ground. There is no decency. There is no forthrightness. There is no transparency. There is no honesty. There is no working towards a common goal. What you have is you have one person who is headed in one direction, which is the direction of abundance, growth, beauty, and fulfillment, and that is you. You have another person trying to undermine you achieving those goals and getting to where you want to get to. That's the life of the narcissist, because they don't have what you have. They wish they did, but they don't. They can't just sit back and enjoy a beautiful scenery. They can't just sit back and watch the kids play and say, wow, that's amazing, just watching the growth of my children. They can't do that. What they'll try and do is play with the kids and then say, yeah, I beat you in that game of baseball. Like, you're not that good, are you? And what do they do there? Now they're undermining the kid's growth, the child's growth, and they're driving a wedge between that child and baseball. Narcissism is littered with examples of insecurity on the behalf of the narcissist. And the narcissist is always in competition with people, their kids, their family members, everybody. And they're always trying to undermine relationships with you and with anything that mattered to you. Think about your hobbies. Again, if you like to participate in archery, bowling, and chess, and all of a sudden you met the narcissist and you're not participating in archery, bowling, or chess any longer. Now what you're doing is you're sitting on the couch next to the narcissist while they're on one of their 3 smartphones, and you're watching a movie that they mentioned that they wanted to watch with you, but they're looking for your replacement, and they're just chuckling at all of the people that they're hooking on the dating apps and the social media apps. And then you look over at them and you say, hey, I thought we were watching the movie. And they're like, no, it's fine, just keep hitting play, everything's good. But you're stuck, you're trapped, you're not doing what you want to do, which is those exercises or hobbies. You're doing where they wanted you to be, or you are where they wanted you to be, right next to them, because you are now built in supply. And you're watching a movie that you're watching by yourself because the narcissist wasn't watching any movie. Understand all these things. Another one, the narcissist can't sit still. So if you were with the narcissist, say it was a romantic relationship, didn't have to be, but say it was. Well, when you would wake up in the morning, would the narcissist be right there laying in the bed next to you? Probably not. They were trying to undermine your stability. They were trying to undermine your growing with them and bonding. They didn't want to bond with you. They can't bond with anybody. They knew that they had you. Once they placed you in the trauma bond, they knew they had you stuck, and they would keep you stuck there, is what I'm trying to say. And that's what they wanted to do. But once they had you, the game was over. The jig was up, the news was out. It was too easy for them to toy with you and manipulate you. That's why they needed a new shiny object, and that's why they had built-in supply with you. But they were undermining your growth. They were undermining your relationships. They were undermining your health. They were undermining your progress. Your money took a hit, I can assure you there. And they were undermining your ability to save for the future. They were undermining the relationships with your kids or stepkids that you had, because the narcissist was in competition with you when it came to parenting. Think about what I'm sharing with you. The narcissist cannot ever just be. They can't be satisfied with the amount of money they have, the amount of relationships they have, the traveling they go on, the clothes they wear, the car they drive, the friendships they have, the businesses. They are an insatiable appetite, is what the narcissist, it's what they have, for accumulating things, accumulating money, people, broken relationships, friendships, documentation of where they go on social media. It's all a big charade. It's all a big smoke and mirrors show on the behalf of the narcissist. The narcissistic relationship is built on quicksand. There is no foundation there. You may have thought that you were the foundation and you were building something with them. That's what I thought also. There's no such thing in these relationships, because when you're in a relationship with a person who's trying to literally knock you out for the count and take you down and take everything that they can, because they want to accumulate everything that you possess and all the other sources of supply before you that they possessed, and all the sources of supply yet to be determined in the future, i.e. the new supply. When you're in a relationship with somebody like that, it's not a good thing, to say the least. You're in a relationship with your worst enemy, but yet perhaps you fell in love with that person. Remember, the narcissist cannot fall in love with you or anybody. What they want to do is keep people trapped in that narcissistic fog. They don't want people healing. They don't want people learning or growing. And what they want to do is continue to undermine anybody that they're ever in a relationship with. Let's fast forward before I close the video. Let's say that you are healing, or you were healing, and everything was going really well, and you have practiced radical acceptance, and you went no contact, and you blocked the narcissist, or you're about to, and you're really understanding that this relationship, it almost took you down for the count, but it didn't. But you're really healing. Lo and behold, what happens? You get a Hoover, and you accept the Hoover. Okay, well, first of all, we now know don't accept the Hoover, but sometimes people get curious. I understand that. The point and the path eventually is to not accept any Hoover from any narcissist ever, and to go no contact, block them, etc. But let's say you do accept the Hoover, and you talk to the narcissist for a little bit of time, and they tell you A, B, and C, and we could do this, and we want to do that, and they're promising the sun, the moon, the stars, and everything. The same old song and dance they had promised you in the past. Well, what do you think the Hoover is for? It's to impede your growth. It's to impede your progress. It's to keep you stuck. It's to keep you thinking about the what ifs of the possibilities of the future that will never come to fruition with the narcissist. It's meant to undermine your healing. Understand this message. There are 4 ties that need to be cut from the narcissistic relationship. The first one is the emotional tie, second one financial, third physical, and fourth spiritual. I've mentioned this for over a year and a half now in videos. These ties are imperative to be cut. That is what you must do to break free from the narcissist and the narcissistic abusive cycle. If you've broken all 4 ties, my hope is you've reached the pinnacle of indifference, and you're there, and you're healed, and you're really in a great space. If you're not, continue to move forward, continue to work on yourself, but understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. It's not the narcissist. The narcissist wants to undermine your growth. They want to undermine what your fulfillment and your aspirations will be and what they are. They don't want you to find the real third version of yourself. They want you to be trapped in that fog. They don't want you to break free. But that is not what you're doing. What you're doing is you're understanding that you are the priority. You do come first, second, and third, and that the narcissist almost took you down, but they didn't. They failed, and here you are, and you are rising through the ashes like a phoenix, and you are becoming stronger and more galvanized each and every day. Don't allow the narcissist to undermine you for 1 more minute, specifically when you've identified who they are. And let's put the word narcissist to the side for a minute. If they're a toxic individual, someone who never benefited you, that is completely interchangeable. Anybody who doesn't serve you, anybody who doesn't have your best interest at heart, they need to go. You need to have boundaries. You need to learn to say no, the strongest word in the English language, and you need to begin today, if not now, when. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. And don't allow the narcissist to undermine anything from you, anything about you, or any of your hopes, dreams, or aspirations. These people are weak. They're callous. They're cowards. They're hollow. They're envious and jealous. And they do not want others to do better than them. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Have a great day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful weather. Yeah.